Hi and welcome back to Tomahawk's channel. Today we're gonna have a look at the Swedish Tier 10 Stridswagen 103B. And this also brings the new mechanic of the siege mode, which we will see in action quite a bit here. So here you see I deploy the siege mode and I can now travel only 5 kilometers an hour. This reduces my reload and heavily increases my accuracy. And I deploy this before I actually get to my place here, because now I can deploy it before I'm open to enemy fire, and I can just slowly take a position and look at this freaking gun depression. It's freaking awesome. And I have a heat shield in front of me as well, so heat spamming T125s have no chance. So I have this gun with a 5.4 second reload and actually pretty decent alpha, and the only problem is you just need to get into a good spot. This is by no means a freaking awesome game or anything, but it just very well displays how you can misuse these mechanics on a map like this. Sadly missed a shot here. I pull back. And my targets have died now, so that actually has to mean I need to travel somewhere else. There's a platoon of T-92s on the enemy team. Not good news for this tank. So I switch back to travel mode. Here I can drive 50 kilometers an hour, but you see my reload went from 5.4 now to 7.9 with 100% crew. This will of course be worse, and ventilation I must add. This will of course be worse with a lower skill crew. So another ridge. Ridges are friends of this tank, but I choose to proceed as no one has been spotted yet. And you can see this tank can shift quite well. The speed is quite good, and also the traverse is quite nice. The problem with travel mode is you cannot move the gun back and forth or up and down, I must say. So I'll switch back to siege mode, and you can see someone else is misusing the position as well, but I'm shooting the gorilla instead, pushing in another hit. And now you see that my life is pretty much in pretty bad shape as I take a hit of the T-92. And as I said, it's platoon, so I can expect more, so I switch back to travel mode. The tank hops up again and I can start moving again. And this is another awesome feature. You can drive 45 kilometers an hour backwards. So if you decide, screw this, I'm going home, you put it in reverse and you speed off. Well, you put your gun still pointing towards the enemy with this awesome sloping frontal armor. You see I switch back to siege mode, misuse the ridge again. The problem with this ridge is it's very steep with the incline here. That prevents me from bringing the gun down properly. And there you see my gun down, and check how this looks. And you see it's not so much impressive at the moment. And I just wait, but I switch back to travel mode and we continue. So this is just a very sneak preview, by no means an awesome game as I mentioned. But just seeing the mechanics, how do they work? And I must say, props to Wargaming, they have actually done a pretty good job in implementing these mechanics, and it works pretty intuitively. It takes me 2.5 seconds to deploy the tank, and you can see this in a little while. That 2.5 seconds is faster than you might think. The team doesn't look too healthy right now because we have 3 RTs and the rest is tank destroyers, but we're pretty much out of place here, with everyone sort of settled on one flank, or on different flanks I must say. And you see those tank destroyers in the bottom corner of the enemy team, which are all huddled up together there, camping, backed by the T-92s of course. And I have no such luxury, so I'm waiting for the Kranwagen, or however you pronounce this, to move up. However, he's not moving up, which puts me in a kind of a yes or no position. This is kind of the deficit of the tank. Do I move now, where I need to invest 2 seconds in getting back to travel mode, or do I keep in siege mode and I basically cannot shoot anyone? So I'm checking here if I can put a shot into this object 263. First need to deploy because I can't get the gun down otherwise, only to conclude I cannot hit the target, so that sucks. TVP inbound. Another choice. Do I need to run or do I need to stay? And I decide to stay for the time being, but the Kranwagen is still not coming and the gorilla is moving up, so I need to get into a better position. I'm pulling back, and as I pull back, the TVP shows up. Almost flip myself on the side. This is in hectic moments. Decide to deploy. And this is the right decision. I turn the tank and hit the guy. And I take another hit from the artillery. And I'm pretty much doomed because I have 32 hit points left. And the enemy team has very strong tanks, which are all together with RT support, as I mentioned before. And the TVP on my team is nowhere to be found. And my RT is also moving, so he cannot support me really. And I kind of decide this game is over. Let's see what I can do. Maybe spot something from my artillery. But I don't really care anymore. And here we have the FV215B. Deploy myself, pull the gun down, try to get a hit on him. Only to find out I bounce. And then Hashell doesn't really care about your heat shield or not. So yeah, this is the game. Very quick preview of the tank. Thank you for watching, and please catch me next time on also the HD models and the bigger preview of the Swedish tank line. So thanks for watching once again. Click like, subscribe, and hit the comment down below, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.